from different districts. They're going to come and gather in one central place, and also they're going to be having that bargain to bargain if they have made that decision that we are going to sell about 1 liter for shilling. You cannot break us there in a group. Adjudicators, all this what I have said, allow me to conclude here by saying this the actually region should establish a cooperative on export Sim, shea butter, Gina to South Sudan and DRC. Thanks.
Cross-examination.
Thank you, Honorable. What problem have you identified in this motion that are bringing the above policy?
I appreciate your concern, but when this cooperative export hub they are constructed, it will help to reduce the rate of poverty in actually sub-region because our youths are unemployed.
What evidence shows that one centralized export hub will outperform the existing?
But let me assure you that this export hub, it will help the people of actually sub-region to the youth of actually sub-region to be employed.
If the cooperative fails, what is your contingency instead of privately owned or a public-private partnership?
I appreciate your concern, but let me assure you that when this cooperative export hub is built, this one will not only be that only one farmer, but we are going to have a group of farmers.
How will you address corruption and mismanagement within?
We believe that the sub-region should establish a cooperative on export hub for Sims, shea butter, and Ginas to South Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Dear panel, we oppose the establishment of a cooperative on export hub because it's not the most effective, sustainable, or implement speaker. I'll talk about South Sudan and Democratic Republic of Congo and stable market. The second speaker will come and talk about infrastructures is the real problem. And the third speaker will come and talk about establishment and operational costs. Dear panel, will let me to debate on my first line of argument. And that's none other than South Sudan and Democratic Republic of Congo are unstable markets. Dear panel, depending heavily on these two countries' risk, political instabilities, border closures, insecurities, and changing border conflicts and insecurity are periodically disrupted between Uganda and South Sudan. When we have established this policy, you realize that farmers may lose produce and income if export suddenly stops. Allow me to clear up the misleading concept brought in by the first opposition speaker. She came and told all of us that farmers will earn more money. But Honorable, I would like to educate you on better that even when farmers are selling goods in Uganda, farmers are also earning money and they're also selling their goods at a higher price. But you're saying farmers will earn more money when they go in. I honor your table. But Honorable, even farmers sell their goods privately in the country than taking their goods in other countries. Like for example, in Congo, there's war between Congos and South Sudan. Now, why would farmers take their products there, dear panel? Will let me add more light on team cases. We talk about South Sudan and Democratic Republic are unstable market. Dear panel, political instabilities. I honor your table.
Thank you, Honorable.
But can you name one cooperative?
Thank you for your view, but even we have many companies which are being denied.
Thank you. Were those groups given proper training, storage and market before they collapsed?
Yes.
Horrible. Was failure because of cooperative or because of corruption and no market?
No, it was not because of corruption. It's farmers need to sell their goods at a higher price, not at a cheaper price.
Thank you. So the failure was not the cooperative model, but it was lack of support. Do you agree with me?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we have second speaker?
I recognize the presence of the adjudicators. The 2 by 2 competing parties are not forgetting the audience. On a today's basis, this has believed that the actual establishment should establish a comparative for Sim, Shiata, Jina to South Sudan and DR Congo. Adjudicators, I as the second from this side, allow me to start by refuting the points of my opponents. They came as the first speaker from our side that can we get the problems? But let me inform you that the problems are poverty and exploitation. You came and talk about DRC and South Sudan have unstable markets. But let me inform you that if like the markets are unstable, the group members can sit down and they send their representatives. The government can hear the voice of the group and they help the group with other support like giving them funds to develop. You talked about political instability. You're saying that in case the border is closed. But let me inform you that if like the border is closed, the group members, the cooperative group members can sit down, they send the voice of their representative, the government can hear and then another market for selling their goods apart from DRC and South Sudan. Adjudicate, allow me to reveal the points of my colleague. The first speaker talk about farmers will earn more money. Farmers will earn more money in a way that when the farmers are to sell goods to this middleman, they will sell in smaller quantity compared to they sell their goods to South Sudan and DRC. So when the farmers sell their goods to DRC and South Sudan, they will sell it in a larger quantity, making them to get more money to develop their capitals. Adjudicators, the first also talk about jobs. We know that during the LRA war, most of the properties were destroyed. So when we build this cooperative export hub, the youth will go and work in those export hub and they will regain those destroyed properties, making actually to develop. The first speaker also talk about unity and power. We all know that when like an individual's farmer is to sell the goods to this middleman, the individual farmer will not have that bargaining power. When the farmers are in a group, they will have that bargaining power. And when this group, the government can hear their voice. We all know this PDM are also given to groups, not to an individual passion. So when we build this cooperative on export hub, it will promote power, it will bring unity and power. Adjudicators, allow me to stop here by this has believed that the actual establishment should establish a cooperative on export hub for same transport means to be provided by these export hubs. There is no problem about that.
Why not invest in roads, storage facilities, and processing plants instead of creating a new export hub?
I appreciate your concern, but even if we invest in the roads, if we invest in the roads, yet the farmers are being exploited after selling and DR Congo.
What indicator will you use to determine access to 5 years?
I will use when now the farmers are developing in their capital.
Can you cite
Farmers, thanks.
Can we then have second speaker from the opposition side? The Honorable Ola Jacob.
Resolve. This has believed that actually establishment should establish a cooperative on export up for same better and Gina Sudan and DRC. Therefore, allow me to clear the misleading concepts. That was by nobody and by team affirmative. They come and deceive us that farmers earn more money. Honorable, they come and deceive us that farmers earn more money. But honorable, I would like to assure you that they deceive us that it will create job opportunity. But honorable, I would like to tell you that it will not create job opportunity because a farmer can work. Because a farmer alone can work with a family. Not only that, but they also deceive us that it is a real poverty in a truly sub-region. Trade cannot take place in those countries because there is war in South Sudan and there is war in Eastern DR Congo. Therefore, allow me go straight through allow me expand the team cases. Infrastructure is the real problem. The main challenge is not the absence of an export of, but poor infrastructure. Poor infrastructure like both roads, limited storage facilities, unreliable electricity, and poor processing facilities. Therefore, what will be the impact? You will realize that improving infrastructure benefits all farmers and traders, regardless of who exports the products. I proudly oppose.
Honorable, do you think the money can be given to the leaders directly?
Yes.
Do you think the members of the group can choose a leader who is concerned about money without checking the track record?
I think the group can give the money to a person. Give us part on your question.
I say, do you think the members of the group can choose a leader who is concerned about money without checking the track record?
I think so.
Don't you think a registered cooperative will also not register with the insurance company?
Give us part on your question.
I said, don't you think a registered cooperative will also not register with the insurance company?
I think they will.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. We have the third speaker from the proposition side to keep the debate live.
Greetings goes to the table that adjudicators, 2 by 2 competing parties plus you the audience. States. This house believes that a jury subject should establish cooperative on expert hub for Simpson, Shaba and Jinat Sudan and DRC. As the third speaker from the affirmative side, and summarize the debate. And I would like to start by rebattling. My worthy opponents, Sudan and DRC has unstable market. Even if they have unstable market, and that is why we are saying actually should establish a cooperative on export hub for Simpson, Shabata, and Jinat to South Sudan. Because if the farmers are to export their crops in produce to DRC and South Sudan, the goods will be bought at higher because those people are already suffering from wars. My worthy opponents say political